What's going on, guys? Welcome back to yet another video. Now in this video I went ahead and started getting a bunch of stuff out of the way to get to the timing belt area, like pulling the cover off and stuff like that, timing cover. Pretty much I already decided what I want to do with the car, so I went ahead and started removing a bunch of stuff. As you can see, there is a pile of crap. Now what all we have taken off, we have removed the AC, power steering, all those components, the lines, everything. Still got a power steering line right here, still got the AC lines right over there, but I went ahead and knocked all this stuff out in this area to where I can get a better access to the timing cover. So it had this clear timing cover over the top. Went ahead and got that removed, pulled the valve cover off so I can remove that cover. So right now what I'm getting to is these other 10mm bolts for the lower cover. Got to pull the harmonic balancer off, with crank pulley, what everybody else calls it. Got to pull that off. Got to do is undo these two bolts right here, these two 17s. That'll allow me to drop these studs down for whenever I do get the belt put on. It does have a new water pump that I can see right now, so that's good. Looking under here, the oil pan gasket looks to be completely shot, so it's definitely been leaking oil. There's oil all the way over there, so that tells me the gasket is done. I believe there was a small power steering leak up here. I mean, a little bit of this is from me pulling the lines and stuff off, so it did make a little bit of a mess. The valve cover gasket, it was leaking as well, but I had to pull the valve cover off to get the upper timing cover off, so that's going to get replaced anyways, so I'm not worried about that. Everything else, as far as inside the head up here, the valve train looks to be good, which is a very good sign. I did take a peek down in here, which you won't be able to see it on camera, but I do see a blue Gates timing belt, and it is completely wrapped around that crank gear. So it's going to be interesting seeing exactly what it looks like behind that cover. I'd say everything else is probably good. I'd say that belt's probably just wrapped around like 3 or 4 times. So if I gotta cut it in sections to get it all out, it may just unravel and work in my favor, but I won't know until I get that cover off. So I figured I'd pick up the camera now that it's fully charged. I went ahead and got all the other stuff, like all this over here, knocked out and out of the way while the GoPro is charging. So I got all the boring stuff done. Now we're at the main part, so we'll see what happens. All right, so after that last clip that you all seen, I decided to fire up the air compressor, and this is honestly the best. I think it was like 200 bucks that I spent on this air compressor. I went ahead and fired it up, built some air pressure, got my air impact out, got a 17mm impact socket, not one of the chrome cheap ones, but an actual impact socket like this guy right here. And this is usually my go-to, the old earthquake. This is old reliable, and reason why I say I went straight to that, a lot of people have a lot of issues with getting the crank pulley bolt broke loose, and AutoZone, O'Reilly's, any parts house will rent out that crank pulley tool, and that allows you to lock right in here in this little groove and put that tool in there, put a socket on it, or put a ratchet on it, and then allow you to put your 17 on there, and it'll help hold the pulley keep the crank from spinning, and allow you to break that bolt loose. Well, in this case, old reliable broke loose. So got the bolt broke loose. I was expecting to have a lot of trouble out of this because I felt like it was going to be a pain in the butt to break that loose. Then I got to thinking that the pulley had been off. I don't know how recent it was, but the pulley had been off before due to the fact that it had the blue Gates timing belt, which is not the OEM black Honda belt. So the timing belt's been replaced before. I don't know why it broke. Maybe they had too much tension on it. I don't know. But or maybe it rubbed on something. I don't know. Maybe they didn't install it right. Somebody done something wrong along those lines. But good news is the bolt's broke loose. The bolt is off. I'm actually taking tension off of the alternator belt right now so I can get that serpentine belt off. And then once I get that belt off, I'll slide the pulley off, and then we'll have full access to that lower timing cover. And then once we get the cover off, then we'll do these 2 motor mount bolts, pull those off, put a jack underneath of it, lower the motor down a little bit, and that'll allow us to slide the new timing belt on, which I have right here hanging up. It's not brand new. I know I'm probably gonna get a roast session in the comments, but the belt is in actually really good condition. It is a Gates brand. I mean, Gates made it, obviously. Gates makes a lot of the timing belts, in case you didn't know that. But this is a Honda timing belt. It is for a Y8, so everything should be squared away, should slide on, everything get in time. Once I put it in time, it should not jump any teeth because it is the correct timing belt. So just wanted to touch bases with that. If you ever have trouble with anything along the lines of something being too tight, an air compressor is the best thing to invest in, because it definitely did save me the trouble and saved me a lot of time. It literally just zipped right off in like 30 seconds. Like it didn't even have any okadokas. It just zoop, right off. So air compressor, you copying me? Hey, you copying me? All right, guys. Well, we're down to the breaking point. So we'll see what had happened. I can already see the timing belt all balled up. Like it's pretty bad. I got one more 10mm to take off, and that cover should pop right on off. See if we can't get in there with the impact. Come on now. There we go. Alright, well, here it comes. And oh my gosh. Look at that. That is crazy. That thing wrapped around so many times. Look at that. It broke the crank position sensor. God bless. That's wild, man. That is wild. It basically cooked it all the way around. Let's see if we can't get this thing pulled off. Alright, so I'm putting the spark plug back in because that's what I done. I took a number one out to make sure bottom end is top dead center. Lined the marks up after the extension that I had. This guy right there. After it come up, made sure the lines were marked up. Got the cam top dead center. Now everything should be in time. I was about to not tighten that up, just hand tight. What's left to do now, I got the cover back on, got the alternator belt back on, got it tightened up. I always grab right here, just a helpful tip. Tighten up spark plugs so you don't over tighten them. I just grab it right here on the end so you don't have all that leverage. As soon as you get that snugged up, it's good. So we just got to get the valve cover back on, put the spark plug wires back onto the plugs. That should be it. Put the battery charger on the battery and see if she'll fire up. So that should be everything else. I mean, I'm covered, dirty. Well, that's what you get when you work on your own stuff. So we build our own stuff around here, and instead of letting everybody else work on it. So I got literally $0 into this car right now, and fingers crossed I'm about to hear it fire up for the first time. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the valve cover back on, get the plugs on there, get the battery charger hooked back up to the battery. See if we can't hear this thing run. Alright, about 10 minutes later, got everything back together, double check the timing, everything is good.
Hi, Dada.
What's up, dude? Look out.
Okay.
I want to try to see if this thing will start.
Okay.
The battery probably ain't even charged yet. Ah. And enough juice in the battery. Now we gotta wait 160 seconds. Try it again. Alright. Next attempt. It's ready to go. Let's try it again. She's alive. A small vacuum leak somewhere around here. I can feel it. I think it's coming from this port right here. Yep. So this port back here, so it's part of the power steering, so that was the vacuum to it. So I just gotta get a piece of vacuum line that I got over on the side, put a screw in it, cap that off, but she's alive. She's running. So like I said, I got $0 into this thing, and now it's running. She's alive, man. Hell yeah, brother. So it's got a check engine light. I'm not 100% sure what the check engine light could be for, but I mean, it is running. It's idling at 1,000. So it should be it. Timing belt looks good. It's actually pretty quiet. There's no valve chatter or nothing like that. I don't have a miss.
leaking a little bit of oil that came off from cleaning everything, pulling lines, stuff like that. It was burning the oil off. I can smell it. Nice clean idle. What do you think?
Ain't that tall?
What do you think?
And I ain't that tall.
It's nice.
But they're real nice. Wait, see the horn.
No, the horn's right here. The horn don't work. It's okay though. Oh, it didn't got that yellow headlight bulbs. Okay. Let's go, dude. Nice little thumbnail. Go ahead and use that.
White table. This white table.
Alright. Well, that was my goal for this video, is to get this thing running, and now it fires up under its own power. It's good to go. Temp gauge started coming up to normal. I didn't let it warm up or anything. It's 420, so right now I got to get cleaned up so I can head out to work. So that was my main goal today, was to get this thing running, and I did. So we are good to go. And I did slap that other valve cover gasket on just so I can get it running, and I can see that it's kind of seeping out because it fell apart right there. But I'll go ahead and get a new gasket for it and get all that stuff cleaned up. Car is running, it is healthy, and that's all I was really concerned about. So now that I got that taken care of, now it's to the small stuff, finish getting all of the AC lines and power steering lines out properly, and pretty much just go from there. I mean, the car's running. I got $0 into it. It's just parts that I had laying around. Got the car back up and running. So it's another video for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. It's running. I appreciate those that reached out to me and told me pretty much just go ahead and slap a belt on it. That the head and stuff should be good. Kind of figured, but I wanted to double check. But we went ahead and sent it, and I'm glad we did. Saved me the trouble from pulling the head off, waiting on studs and stuff. Now the goal for this car, we are going to turbo it. I'm probably going to do like a little small D-Series turbo build on it. Pretty much just have fun with it, not too crazy, because the car will be driven a lot, so I don't want to have too many issues with it. So yeah, that's the goal with it. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.